Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dr. Bisaya Tokiti, and today we'll also be doing something very interesting. Like I told you people in the morning that I'm going to be coming up with series of topics on the channel so that you can refresh your memory. You can also read to prepare for any exam you are preparing for. You can also read to educate yourself. So I welcome you once again to this channel. If you're a new subscriber, I say a big welcome to you. If you're an existing subscriber, I say thank you for subscribing to my channel. And I hope that if you have any questions, you drop it right in the comment section below. Today we'll be looking at, or we'll be exploring another topic called the financial statement analysis. Actually, this is a course in financial management, and we'll be looking at it in series like we did for that of statistics. And last week we looked at sources of finance, and we said sources of finance could be internal or could be external. But today we'll be looking at something slightly different from that, which is called financial statement analysis. And before we look at what the financial statement analysis, the first thing we need to look at is what is financial statement. And a singular definition for what financial statement is that it is an official document that shows the entire financial information within an organization. It shows whether you are in deficit or you are in surplus. It shows the assets, it shows the liability, it shows the capital of the company. So it is just a document that shows the entire financial situation within an organization. And the main objective of the financial statement is to provide information and understanding about every financial aspect of the organization. Then there are some renowned authors or people that have defined what financial statement is, like Aptos John, that says financial statement is an organized collection of data according to logical and consistent accounting procedure. And basically it is to show the understanding of every financial aspect of the business organization. Then also we can also say financial statement are the summary of the accounting process, which provides useful information for both the internal and the external procedures within the organization. Then also another definition by John Nair says financial statement provides a summary of the accounting of the business organization, that is showing the balance sheet, showing the assets, showing the liability, showing the capital at a particular point in time, and the income statement showing the result of the operation during a particular period of time. For every organization or for every institution, the accounting period or accounting year differs. For some other, it starts from July and ends in 12-month time. In another, it's always within 12-month period, but the period or the particular month in any year differs from one company to the other. Then, what are the important statements of the financial analysis? One, we have the income statement, or you can say the profit and loss account. What does that mean? Income statement, all the money that comes into the organization, we want to know. Then we also have the balance sheet. The balance sheet can also be called the position statement account. Then the income statement can also be called the profit or loss account. Then we can also have the statement of changes in owner's equity, then the statement of changes in financial position. I've said 4 important statements of the financial analysis. I said 1, the income statement account, and the income statement account can also be called the profit or loss account. Then 2, I've said the balance sheet. The balance sheet can also be called the positional statement account. Then we have the statement of changes in owner's equity. Then we also have statement of changes in financial position. What then is an income account? We said income account can also be called profit or loss account. What it does is it shows the operational position of the firm during a period of time, during an accounting year or during an accounting year. I think that's the best word to use. So the income statement or the profit and loss account shows the operational position of the organization during the accounting period of time. And the accounting year is usually 12 months, a year, but the month differs from one month to the other. Then what is also a balance sheet statement of analysis, or a position statement of analysis? Like the name implies, it shows the financial position of the organization at the end of the financial year. The financial year is a 12-month period, and it could start from any month within the year depending on the organization. So the positional statement of the balance sheet shows the financial position of the organization at the end of the accounting year or that financial year. Then it also helps to understand the total assets, liabilities, and capital of the organization. It also helps us to understand the strengths and the weakness of the business organization of the position statement of accounts. Then also we have the statement of changes in owner's equity. The statement of changes in owner's equity, and this document or this analysis helps to provide information about the changes or position of owner's equity within the organization. If there is any change or any position, as the equity increased or decreased, is there any financial problem within the organization? So it just gives us information about the changes or the position of the owner's equity in the organization. Then we have the statement of changes in financial position. Unlike the other one, this shows the changes of the statement of changes in financial position helps us to understand the changes in financial position from one period to the other, from one accounting year to the other, from one month to the other. So it helps us to understand changes in financial position over a period of time, from one period of time. Then also we would look at the types of financial statement analysis that we have. One, we have based on the material used. Then secondly, we have based on the method of operation. One, based on the material used. Then second, based on the method of operation. Looking at based on material use, it can be further divided into two major parts. We have the external analysis and we have the internal analysis. The external analysis is of high significance because it helps us to understand the financial and operational position of the business organization. Though it depends on published financial statements from the organization, and also it helps to provide limited information about the business organization because it is from the outside. It is from the external. That is, outsiders are telling us what is happening within the organization. People who are not directly involved in the business concern. Who are these people? It could be investors, it could be creditors, it could be government organizations that are trying to show us what the financial and the operational position of the business concerning. Then the internal analysis helps to disclose some of the valuable information concerning the business concern that would improve the performance of the business concern. It also helps us to understand the operational performance of each and every department or unit within the organization. Lastly, it also helps us to take decisions regarding achieving organizational goals and objectives. From what I've said now, we can differentiate between external analysis from the external work and internal analysis that helps us to make decisions on how to achieve organizational goals and objectives of the business. Then also we have based on the method of operation. Based on the method of operation can also be classified into two. We have the horizontal analysis, and the horizontal analysis can also be called the dynamic analysis. And what does it do? We have the horizontal analysis, like I said, then we have the vertical or static. We have the horizontal analysis or dynamic analysis, then we have the vertical analysis or the static analysis. For the horizontal analysis, the horizontal analysis helps to compare the financial reports of several years based on the decision of the organization. Then it also helps to compare the current year with the base year period. For that is horizontal analysis or dynamic analysis. Then for the vertical or static analysis, it helps to measure the quantities of relationship of various items in the financial statement over a period of time. Then it also helps to determine the relationship with various items as appeared in the financial statement. As we move on, I'm sure we'll understand some of these things better. Then another thing we would have to look at is called the techniques of financial statement analysis. Techniques of financial statement analysis. Basically, we have 6. There are other ones, but I've streamlined mine to 6, and these are some of the 6 that are widely used. One, we have the comparative statement analysis. We have the trend analysis that shows the pattern over a period of time. We have the common size analysis. We have the fund flow statement. We have the cash flow statement. We have the ratio analysis. So I'll be starting with the comparative statement analysis. And the comparative statement analysis helps to understand help us to be able to distinguish or differentiate, comparing the position of the financial and the operational performance at different points in time. Comparing or distinguishing or differentiating or analyzing the position of the financial and operational performance at different points in time. Then the comparative statement analysis can be classified into 2 major parts. We have the comparative balance sheet analysis and we have the comparative profit and loss account. So the first one that says the comparative balance sheet helps to analyze, or it concentrates only on the balance sheet at different points in time. It helps to understand the real financial position of the organization, as that is the assets, the liabilities, the capital at a particular period of time, that is usually within a year. Then we have the comparative profit and loss account, and this takes into consideration it compares the previous year figure or with the base year, or compared within the statement. That is, what am I trying to say? That it helps to understand the operational performance of the business concern in a given period of time. Then also we have the trend analysis. I hope I am making a lot of points, and I hope you are following me too. So we have the trend analysis, and what does the trend analysis do? From the word trend, it reveals pattern over a period of time. It tells us the pattern of relationship with the various items as appeared within the financial statement, or that as appeared within the accounting period. It shows us the pattern of if there's a relationship between this and this. So it reveals the trend or the pattern over a period of time. I'm trying not to make the video to be too long, so you can also read up on the internet for other ones, or send me questions if you are not clear with any of the analysis I'm trying to make. Then we also have the common size analysis, and the common size analysis is usually converted into percentage to some common base, so that the balance sheet and can reflect the relationship, so that it can also reflect the relationship between every and each item of the base year or the base value. Then we also have the fund flow statement. The fund flow statement is also a very good analysis or analyzer that helps to understand the changes in the financial position of the business, enterprise or organization between the beginning and the ending of the financial date. It helps to understand the financial position of that organization between the beginning of their accounting period and the end of the accounting period or the financial statement. We can also say the fund flow statement is it can be prospective or retrospective, setting out the sources and the application of the funds of the enterprise. And what is the purpose of the fund flow statement? This is just to indicate clearly the requirement of funds and how they are proposed to be raised and the efficient utilization and application of those funds. How do we raise funds and how do we make sure that it is effectively and efficiently utilized and used within the organization? Then we also have the cash flow statement. The cash flow statement shows the sources of cash inflow and the uses of cash outflow of the business organization within a specific period of time. I take what I said, I will take that the cash flow statement shows the sources of cash inflow, how cash comes in, and what we use that cash for, the uses of cash outflow in a business organization over a period of time. We can also say the cash flow statement provides a summary of the operating, investing, and the financing cash flow and reconciles them with the changes in the cash and cash equivalent over a period of time. We can also look at the difference between the fund flow and the cash flow. The difference between, I will just say a few. I can attach this, if it's possible, I can attach this slide so that we can see, but if I can't attach the slide, I will run through all the differences so that we can know. One, the fund flow statement is the report on the movement of funds or the working capital. Like we said earlier, the fund flow statement is the report on the movement of funds or the working capital. But the cash flow statement reports how the money comes in and what you are using the money for, how the money comes inflow and the uses of the outflow. That is the first difference. Then secondly, the fund flow statement explains how working capital is raised and used during a particular period of time. But the cash flow statement explains the inflow and the outflow of cash during a particular period of time. That is two. Then third, the fund flow statement shows how the resources have been in use and the balance that has been used. It shows how the resources have been in use and how it to show the balance mobilized and how it is used. But the cash flow shows the causes of changes in cash between the two balance sheets over a period of time. Then also, the fund flow statement indicates the results of the current financial management. It shows the result of the current financial management, while the cash flow statement shows the factor contributing to the reduction of cash, that is the outflow of cash, cash balance within a particular period of time. Also, the fund flow statement increase or decrease in working capital, while the cash flow statement only cash receipts and payments are recorded. For the fund flow statement, it increase or decrease in working capital. If there is a decrease or increase, it is recorded. But for the cash flow statement, only cash receipts and payments are recorded. Then also, for the fund flow statement, there is no opening or closing balances. But for the cash flow statement, it starts with opening cash balance and it ends with closing cash balance. I think I've said 6, and I think we should be okay with that 6 that I've mentioned. You can read other ones or others online. Then also the last one we'll be looking at is called the ratio analysis. And the ratio analysis is an index for evaluating the financial performance of the business organization over a period of time. But also, like we said, it shows the mathematical relationship between two figures, between two departments, between two units over a period of time. And it helps us to be able to justify the cash flow and the inflow. What do I mean by that? It shows at a particular period of time if there is a relationship between, let's say, last year accounting period and this year accounting period. Is there any relationship between each of the months? Is there any relationship between one month and the other, and like that? Then also the ratio analysis can be further classified into liquid ratio, activity ratio, solvency ratio, and the profitability ratio. What then is called the liquidity ratio? From the word liquidity, it means it's a short-term ratio, and it helps to understand the flow in a business in which the potential ability to meet the current obligation. What do I mean by that? It just helps us to understand the cash flow, liquidity in a business concern, and the potential ability to meet the current obligation, the current responsibility, the current expenses, the current liabilities or within the organization. We also say that the liquid ratio expresses the relationship between current assets and current liability of the business concern within a particular period of time. There are some examples that I might likely link on the video or do in another video so that we can see how to work all those examples out. Then another one is called the activity ratio. The activity ratio can also be called the turnover ratio, and this measures the efficiency of the current asset and liability in the business concern over a period of time. Like I said, it is called activity ratio or turnover ratio. It measures the efficiency of current assets and current liability in a business operation over a period of time. And it also helps to understand the performance of the business organization over a period of time. Are we performing? Are we not performing? Are we efficient? Are we not? Are we effective? Are we not? What are we doing that we are not doing well? What are we doing that we are doing right? And how do we make other things right? Then also we have the solvency ratio. The solvency ratio can also be called the leverage ratio, and it measures the long-term obligation of the business concern. Yeah, and it also helps to understand how long-term funds, how the long-term funds are used in the business concern. Like we said, it is a long-term plan, it is a long-term responsibility that helps us to understand how long-term funds that we have got into the business are used in the business organization. Then the last one is called the profit ratio. The last one is called the profit ratio. And what does, from the word profitability ratio, that is profitability ratio, and from the word profit, it helps to measure the true financial position of the business organization. That is the profitability. Are we making profit or not? Are we doing well or not? What have we exported? It just shows us the true picture in cash or in assets of the business organization over a period of time. Like I said, it helps us to measure the profit position of the business concern over a period of time. I'll be expecting your comments in the comment section below. Please don't hesitate to ask me any question pertaining to this financial statement analysis I just did. Also, I want to appreciate everybody. Thank you all for watching, and God bless you. Bye.